teacher at Tranquil Space, coming to the asana of the month, a balancing pose, Nataraj, otherwise known as dancer pose. This is such a beautiful pose because it combines the openness and the expansion of a heart opener, a back bend, all while really the focus and stability of a standing balance. So it's kind of getting a lot of bang for your buck, so to speak, in your yoga practice. A couple ways you can come into this pose. You can just step into it. You can come into it from warrior one or a high lunge. So it's a pose you want to come to towards the end of your practice, though. You want to make sure that your spine is nice and warmed up, and also your thighs. Sort of unexpected, important part of this pose are the quadriceps. They really need to lengthen in order to get the openness in the chest and the lift in the pose. So if your thighs are not warmed up, it can be harder to do that, and it will pull on the low back, which is absolutely something we want to try and avoid as much as you can. Lift into this pose from the collarbones in the middle part of your back. So we'll come into it just from standing, and to give you a sense of some options that you have in this pose. You're going to shift your weight into the standing leg so the toes are spread really wide, and your knee is just going to have a micro bend in it so you can engage the quadricep, the muscle here in the standing leg. From here, you're going to find a drishti, a spot to focus your gaze, and bring your back heel in towards your hip. Helpful here to reach your arm back so the inside of your elbow is pointing out. A lot of times people will reach back with their shoulder internally rotated like this, and it really limits your mobility in the pose. So reach your arm just straight back, thumb pointing up, so picture hitchhiking right on the side of the road. You want to keep this openness through the arm, and then reach for the inside of your foot. Knee next to knee, and you'll notice, right, because quads often are very tight, myself included, that the low back is going to pop out. So you want to tuck your tailbone in and really engage your low belly, and you should feel a very deep stretch in the quadricep when you do that. So you can hold this pose here. This is sort of the first stage of coming into the pose. If you want to take it into a little bit deeper back bend, reach your other arm forward and up, and your back arm forward and back by pressing your foot into your hand and lift. So you notice that the action of the pose is lifting up rather than drawing down. So even if the back bend doesn't feel quite as deep, think about symmetry in the pose, that your chest and your leg are lifting evenly as you come into it. So forward and up, back and up. Nice. And release. Some things to watch out for, which I have a tendency to do a lot, is for your knee to roll out to the side in the pose. As best you can, think of your warrior one hips. Try and keep the hips and the knee all facing forward, all in one long line. Another option that you have to take this into sort of a deeper expression of the pose is in the full pose, right? Your arms are reaching back and grabbing your foot. And if you want to see what this looks like, you can Google BKS Iyengar. He has a pretty amazing dancer pose. But for those of us like myself who are sort of working with that, maybe sometime in this lifetime, you can play with a strap. Just wrap it around the top of the foot and reach your arms behind you. Again, notice how your low back naturally is going to pop out, so you've really got to work to tuck the tailbone, engage your low belly, keep your elbows tucked in, and lift forward and back, up and back. And then as you work to build a little bit more mobility here, just start to walk your hands down the strap. So it's a nice option if you want to play with the flavor of the full pose. And, if your hands can't reach your feet, you've always got the strap. So Nataraj, asana of the